Hello, good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're listening to this. This is the bonus episode for the Little Theater's podcast, Backstage Chronicles. Thank you for joining us. I am here with some very special people to talk to you today about our fall classes that we are offering. I'm going to introduce them one by one. We have Emily Ennis to my left.
Hello.
Next to her, we have Sarah, a.k.a. Rex, Nance.
Hi.
And to her left is DJ Merritt.
How's it going?
And we're going to tell you all about our fall classes and our fall youth production, which is The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales, which is going to be a lot of fun. So if you haven't signed up yet, go ahead. And our special guest, Rex, here today, one of our regular youth class people.
I've been doing every youth production for 3 years now, I think. It's been about 3, and I've had a lot of fun with it. I've made friends, and it's fun. That's why I keep coming back.
So, Emily, you are teaching our younger grades class, which is Act 1.
Yes, it is Act 1. So in this class, we're really just going straight to the fundamentals of acting. We're incorporating speech work, body movements, imagination, and just getting started with the basics, doing theater games, and putting that all together for our youngest age group. So that's grades 1 through 4.
Yeah, and that's going to be on Saturdays in the mornings?
Mm-hmm. Saturday mornings from 10 a.m. to 12, starting October 23rd.
Oh, actually, sorry, correction. I see on the website, I've got the website pulled up right here. It says October 12th through November 23rd, so I think that's where the 23rd is coming
that's
from.
Where it was coming from.
So in case we get anything wrong, you can go to our website and all the information will be there. If you're looking for youth classes, you would go to our website, ltofws.org/youth-classes. And if you're looking for adult classes, you can go to ltofws.org/adult-classes. And you can find everything that you're looking for. So, Emily, what's some of the things that a little actor could expect when they come to one of your classes?
Oh, for sure. I mean, starting out in the theater, it can be a bit overwhelming, but I try to take that and take all that energy that kids naturally have and just channel it. So we learn how to, build an ensemble, work together as a team, but then also shining on your own. We learn about, monologue practice, taking a subject and just exploring it on your own, and also doing that scene work in pairs. So yeah, it's going to be really high energy, lots of fun, lots of theater games, and yeah.
Emily is so incredible with the younger actors that we have.
Thank you.
Oftentimes her classes are right beside my office, so I'm sitting there and I'm listening to her, and all of your children are the most wonderful children in the entire world. So this is not talking to you, but children can be a lot.
Oh, yeah.
They can be a lot, and the littler they are, sometimes they have their meltdowns and things, mm-hmm. and every single time I've seen Emily just handle it with just grace, patience. She's so calm. Her voice is so soothing when she talks to them, and she just brings them right back to what they're doing. And I'm like, please teach me that. If I could find a way to take that technique and use it on my teenage children, you would be my hero.
Thank you.
Nothing I do works.
Well, it's just like live theater sometimes, mistakes happen, but you just got to roll with it, and you just got to keep it moving. The show must go on. So that's what I try to keep in mind as my mantra as I'm teaching.
And over across from me, I have DJ, who's going to be our director for our fall youth production. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Doing Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales, which is what it sounds like, but it's also not. Think of it as a show that has, it's all the classic fairy tales that there's, well, I won't get too much into it. I don't want to explain too much, but it's basically a lot of different fairy tales coming in all in one, and everyone's trying to perform this show, and it just goes wrong the whole time because no one can agree on how the show is supposed to go. And I enjoy that kind of I guess, chaotic energy, I guess you could put it.
Would you describe it as like a farce, like a comedy farce?
It's like a farce. It's like a farce.
So like very fast paced, a lot of hijinks,
Yes.
things going wrong,
Things going wrong. All the. In my opinion, yeah, it's
things going hilariously wrong.
hilariously wrong. Like I've read it a good 6 or 7 times, and I'm laughing at something new each and every time, or at the same things, because it's like this is just so ridiculous, but in a good way. It's the kind where you're just gonna sit and just laugh and just have a great time. And I love shows like that where you can just you come in, you sit down, and just for however long the show is, you're just laughing your butt off and having a great time.
Is there any actors that you've worked with before that you are hoping will come out for this one?
There's one sitting to my right. I'm hoping that Rex will come out. Rex is fantastic. It's been such a pleasure working with them. I have worked with you one time before, which was about a year ago now, and
It was Romeo and Juliet, right?
yep, the Susification of
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet. Yep, and
Which is a bit zanier
Yeah.
than Romeo and Juliet.
that's right, just a little bit. But yes, Rex is fantastic. I'm hoping that you will come out,
I will.
but yeah.
So, Rex, you've been in every youth production with the Little Theater since I've been working with the Little Theater.
I have?
Yes.
Whoa.
Well, you started with the Music Man Jr.
Yes.
And that was right as I was coming in. Like, as soon as you were finishing up that, we were going into Rock of Ages. And
Yeah.
fun fact, my son was in Rock of Ages. And so Rex and my son became very fast friends throughout that and have worked together multiple times, not just with Little Theater Productions, but other productions as well. So it's been like just finding friends and family at the same time. It's been wonderful just and seeing you grow as an actor from no experience to nailing the audition for the lead in The Wind in the Willows, Young at Part, and getting Mr. Toad.
Woo.
Yeah. So what did you do to prepare for that audition? What did you do differently for that audition, would you say?
The Wind in the Willows? I think a bit of it was just I've been doing it for what feels like forever, like doing theater. But I had practiced at home beforehand. I had thought about his song and what the auditions might be like. I'd thought about my past experiences and how those were, and how even if like you mess up, people aren't that like harsh about it.
Yeah, not in auditions.
Yeah, like they understand, and the other kids there, they don't really care because we all mess up. And I think in theater, especially, a lot of people understand that more, that mistakes happen and that it's not a bad thing to make a mistake. And that in auditions, you're going in not knowing what it'll be like, what you'll have to sing. Well, sometimes, but with these, you go in not knowing what you'll have to sing or what you have to read, or really sometimes what the show even is. I've gone into a lot of these shows having no idea what they even are, and never having heard of them. I got my part, I made friends, and I think just the experiences of the past helped a lot.
What is it about like the Little Theater in particular that has made you want to come out to all these productions or take all these classes?
I know a lot of people. Like I've gotten to know a lot of people who are in the Little Theaters like community. So I think that's part of the reason. But having been doing it, even the first time I did it with Music Man, I was like, everyone here is nice and they accept me for who I am. That was when I first really started going by Rex, was in Music Man. Because I was like, they were doing the introductions. I was like, hey, I'm Sarah, but I also go by Rex, if you want to call me that. And then everyone started calling me it, and it's just kind of stuck. Like, the Little Theater is honestly where I really got that from, and it's become like a big part of my identity.
So you felt like you were able to, you had a space that you can
Yeah.
be yourself, just be
Yeah.
more who you are.
And I've made a lot of like really good friends in short amounts of time with Little Theater.
Well, we've loved you being yourself, and you've been such a positive presence, and I can tell when you come in these now, you're also like helping out the younger generation too, because you get it. You're like, I was there. I didn't know anything either.
Yeah. And like I've had a lot of issues with not like fitting in, like at school and just with the groups I used to hang out with. And it's nothing against them. It was just how it happened. I didn't really fit in. I wasn't as liked in other places, and I didn't feel like I could fully be myself. And I feel so comfortable with myself and with who I am at Little Theater. And I think that's like why I encourage a lot of people to participate and become a part of the Little Theater's community, because it's very accepting for who you are.
I think theater as a whole is really wonderful about that. And I know that we at the Little Theater, that's one of our motivating factors, is making sure that we always create that safe space for people to be themselves and to create and just have fun and play, because that's why we do this, is so we can play. I just wanted to take a minute, and I wanted to kind of touch back with our educators and kind of get an idea like what your experience is with educating and with the Little Theater. Like, how long have you been doing this?
So I started with the Little Theater about a year ago. I've taught my characters take the stage class. I've taught a mythical creatures one, and I've taught heroes and villains course as well. I've done Little Theater for littles, so that was with preschool age. And then this summer was kind of like a marathon. I did music direction for Shrek, which was really cool. I've never done that before, so that was awesome. And getting to work with Rex was great. And then I also taught 3 week-long camps, creating the character, creative movement, and Let's Laugh, which was a comedy-based camp. So I feel like even though it's been a short amount of time, I've done a lot with the Little Theater, and I'm very grateful for all these opportunities to, kind of come full circle, I guess, because, hearing Rex's story, it kind of reminds me of like, how I was as a kid, like always being involved with theater, always feeling like, the theater was my home and I could, make friends and feel seen in a way that maybe I couldn't have been in my other life. So that's what I try to do now with education, is I try to, create a class environment that I would have liked being in as a child.
Do you have a favorite class or most memorable class that you've taught so far?
Ooh. I'd have to say it was the very first one, the mythical creatures one. It was a very small class. It was only 4 students, but I really feel like we did a really great job. Like, we did some really great work in that class. They did a small performance at the end for the parents about, mythology. It was about Arachne, the spider, and how the first spider came to be. So it was a very cute showcase that they did in the end. And yeah, I'll just always have like a soft spot for that class.
That sounds like a fun class. So DJ, what got you involved with the Little Theater? Besides me.
Right. I'm trying to think. Besides you, what was it?
Besides me saying, DJ, you have to do this.
I was like, sure. Now thinking about it, I actually don't even know how I got involved. I came in, and there was an opportunity to direct / educate. Well, do a show that was justification of Romeo and Juliet. I had never worked with Little Theatre of Winston-Salem before, and it was a brand new opportunity, and I was really excited to come in. And it was surprising to me because I had never. That was my first time I've ever directed a show. And
you had some experience though working with teens.
I'd worked with teens before in the past, absolutely. I just never kind of guess been in charge, I guess is a good way to put it. And I came in, and you guys had put so much trust in me that I wasn't ready for. And but I say that like it sounded bad. It sounded bad, but I mean, upon having that first experience with that first show, it taught me a lot, especially too. it taught me how, well, first of all, how just welcoming everyone at Little Theater is. It taught me the importance of, why we in theater, why we, I guess, in a way, give back to those who are coming up in their lives as well. Because, like you all touched on earlier, theater provides a very safe space, very welcoming space, very fun space. And I think one of the biggest takeaways from the last show I did, directing with Little Theater, was a few parents that come up to me and said, my son or daughter or whatever didn't really know what they want to do, and now after doing this, they know what they want to do. Like they found a love for something. And I was like, well, shoot. Going forward, I mean, if anything else, that alone is just motivation to keep doing this. Because I think that's why we do this. It's to inspire someone, or it's to, I don't know, just theater. There's so many things. There's so many. I was trying to find a word and I really can't. That was a big jump from your question. But I don't know. I feel very strongly about that fact.
If I'm going to be 100% honest, I genuinely, if you hadn't just said it, I would not have known that was your first time. It was really, you were really, you're a good director.
That's very sweet. Well, that right there, that too. That right there, just hearing Rick say that, it means a lot. And that's very sweet of you to say that. Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have any takeaways from last time that you plan on going into this next time directing? You're like, I know what I'm going to do. I know what I need to be ready for.
Yes. And that answer is, it's okay to not know everything that I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
I felt, especially it being my first time last time, that I had to have everything set straight, know what I'm going to do. And I found as time moved on, it's okay not to know, because we're all figuring out together as a group, right?
Yeah. It's more organic that way.
It's more organic that way.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting. I am looking forward to these youth classes. Unfortunately, we had a couple educators who couldn't be with us today, so I wanted to touch base on what classes you can expect from them. We have another youth class that's coming up very, very soon, actually. It is a week from Friday, starting August 23rd. And that will be on Fridays from 6 to 8. The director of that class is Heather Levinson. And that class that we will be providing is Advance Your Acting for Tweens and Teens. It's going to be an acting-focused workshop, going more in depth on technique, through acting exercises, ensemble work, monologues, and scene work. Heather Levinson recently directed a teen youth production at TA called Alice by Heart. If you had a chance to see that or didn't have a chance to see that, it was wonderful. Heather Levinson is really, really amazing with working with tweens and teens, which is exactly what makes her perfect for this class. So definitely sign up. That class is already filling up fast. So sign up as soon as you can. And then we have some more adult classes coming this fall from Britt Canino is going to be our adult educator this fall. She's teaching 2 classes. We have our Improv 101 that is beginning September 12th. That will be on Thursdays from September 12th through October 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. You can go ahead and sign up for that. It is a 6-week intensive focusing on improvs, just to help you kind of get out there and, put away that fear of speaking in public or auditioning. Improv definitely does help with a lot of that anxiety that comes, because you know that you can think on your feet and be a little quicker. So if that's something that you've always thought about doing, definitely sign up for that. And then October 15th through November 19th on Tuesdays from 6 to 8 p.m., Britt Canino is teaching from stage fright to stage presence. So if acting is something you've always wanted to do, something you've thought about, or something you always thought you might try, but maybe you're a little scared about auditioning or being in front of people or getting up there and acting when you never tried it before, then I would recommend taking the Stage Fright to Stage Presence class. It'll help you feel more confident standing on stage in front of people, so you can achieve your acting dreams. So definitely sign up for one of our classes this fall. We'd love to have you come out, join our family. You know, a lot of people who sign up for classes end up auditioning, being a part of shows, or they end up volunteering and joining our community. Either way, whatever your motivation is, we're happy to have you and join us and be a part of this. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to add about their classes coming up or their experiences with teaching or anything else? All right. I think we have said it all. If you would like to register for these classes, again, you can go to our website at ltofws.org and you can just look us up under education. You can find our youth classes, adult classes, and youth productions. Yes, Rex.
I just want to make sure I've got it out that with the classes, I don't know about the adult ones because I'm not an adult, but from my experiences, the class to productions and just the regular classes, it's a very welcoming space, and it's a good way to get into this community and find people who can help you. And I've made a lot of really good friends through this theater, and it's good people here.
Aw, well, thank you. You're good people too.
Thank you.
But that's something, we try to do. We try to make our classes of a space that you can mess up. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to know anything. You don't have to be good. I mean, you take a class not already expecting to be good. You take a class because you want to get good at something. I don't know if that's proper grammar right now, but you want to get good.
Get good.
If you want to get good, sign up
Yeah,
for a little
good.
theater class. But yes, Stinky Cheese Man, Fairly Stupid Tales, that's beginning September 18th.
Yep, September 18th.
Rehearsals are going to be Wednesdays and Fridays from 6 to 8. And then they'll begin Tech Week, which will be November 11th through 14th. That'll be every day starting then. And then performances for that production will be November 15th and 16th at 7 p.m. and November 16th and 17th at 2 p.m. And so you got a little actor at home, sign them up for this class. Or if they're too young and can't necessarily take the class, bring them to see the show. Let them get an idea if that's something they want to do.
It'll be fun. It'll be great.
Yes, we're going to have a lot of fun. So thank you for joining us today and listening to us talk on and on and on about how much we love each other. And yes, next episode will be episode 2 of our podcast, and that'll be an in-depth discussion about And Then There Were None, Murder Mystery by Agatha Christie. So please subscribe to this podcast, follow us on social media, look us up on our website, come check us out and see what we're doing. And thank you for being a part of our community. The views and opinions of this podcast are those of the contributor and not necessarily those of our distributors and hosting company. This podcast is copyrighted. Use of this podcast without express permission may result in alien blood-sucking plants taking over the world. You have been warned.